Western Refining has now released a list of the gas stations across New Mexico that it shipped bad fuel to this week. News 13 talked to one of the drivers who got some of that at a station in the metro area and suddenly found herself facing a pricey problem. Here's Gabrielle Burkhart with the story.
When you're low on fuel, it's usually a relief when you make it to the pump, which was the case for Melissa Pacheco Tuesday in Rio Rancho until she drove off.
I barely made it through the intersection at 528 and it stalled right in the middle of the intersection. And I coaxed it off the road and it wouldn't start back up.
She called a tow truck and wasn't the only one who took her vehicle here with the same problem, contaminated gas.
You got to get the bad fuel or water or contamination out of there. So you got to drop the fuel tank sometimes, you got to flush the fuel lines, replace spark plugs, basically just clean all that out of there.
Western Refining admits it delivered contaminated fuel to 10 stations in New Mexico. They're mostly giant stations in Albuquerque, Rio Rancho, Santa Fe, Gallup, Farmington, Aztec, and Kirtland. And then there's the Pilot Travel Center in Jamestown, a stop off of I-40 that's a major hub for travelers. It's an expensive repair bill for those affected.
It's kind of like being in an accident. It's an unexpected cost that just came up out of the blue. And it happened so quickly.
Pacheco shelled out $1,300.
We're a two-car family, and we needed our second vehicle, so there wasn't really a question of whether we would pay the cost or not. It just had to be done.
Western Refining opened up a hotline for victims to file claims for reimbursements. Since Tuesday, they've received roughly 175 calls. Back in 2008, the company had a similar incident with a bad batch of fuel that contained diesel. The U.S. Department of Agriculture says these things happen.
I don't think there's a history of negligence or anything like that. It's worth noting that they took the proactive step of making sure that no more customers got this into their fuel tanks until it could be fixed.
Gabrielle Burkhart, KRQE News 13.
That, of course, is the State Department of Agriculture, not the U.S. Western Refining says it will reimburse customers who file claims within 24 to 48 hours. All the gas stations were supposed to be up and running again by tonight.